All right, well, I'm going to get started. In case anybody comes on, just feel free to unmute yourself and say hi. My name is Robert Schmalzi. I'm marketing director for Keller Williams Pasadena, and today's Finish Strong Fridays. So, today's the marketing edition. We're going to talk about a few things that you can do in marketing in order to increase your reach, get leads, make it simple, and then move on to the next task of following up with your clients. At Keller Williams Pasadena, there's tons of great marketing resources. And today I just wanted to focus on something that seems very simple but very daunting, which is just spending 5 minutes a day on social media. And in fact, I do that every morning with my cup of coffee. And the things that I do primarily is that I want to make sure that I'm engaging with my clients, responding to all the comments, even likes. It's great to reach out to those people. Those are all potential customers and clients of yours, people that might have friends of friends that would be able to tell them about your services and possibly be the people that'll help you with getting new leads and referrals. They're already watching your content. So I like to go through, I have a short list of about 30 different accounts that I follow. Keller Williams Realty, all of the agents at Keller Williams Pasadena. And then I do the boards, so like PFAR, CVAR, Arcadia AAR, and then all of our vendors. So those engagements will really help because those people are already connected to your potential clients and your community. I also go through and like and comment on like the city of Pasadena, Pasadena events, local communities that you're already related to. All of that helps the algorithm know that you're active and engaged. And then right after I do that, oftentimes I have a pre-planned list of posts that I want to promote for that day or for that week. And when I do that, I have a calendar that's set up that I can of course, sit down with you and create a custom calendar for you and show you the tools and techniques. Today, I just want to keep it simple as far as just that one little 5 minute action that you can get done. When I have everything all set up, after I've done all my likes and I've done all my comments, I'll go through to my archive either in Command and I'll pre-post it in the design tools and then just make sure all the copy's right. And then the other thing that's really important that I found is tagging the people that are in it or even inviting them to be a collaborator because then it'll show up on their social media posts. They don't have to do anything. And oftentimes it's one less thing for them to have to do. And you get a larger reach from that too. And a new audience will start to see your name and your information. Also, it shows that you have a deep relationship with that person. So let me show you an example here. I heard people saying that this is the worst question at all. Hey, how's the market? And so I went to three agents in the office and just stuck a camera in front of them and said, hey, can I record you? And then they said, sure. And I said, great, I'm going to ask you a question. Here we go. Hey, Gabe, how's the market? Hey, Jim, how's the market? Hey, Brian, how's the market? It took 5 seconds to 30 seconds to record it. I did very little editing and I uploaded it straight into Instagram. It added auto captions and then bam, I was done. I tested it out on TikTok first to see if it was even viable. And we got a lot of traction on that. And then I repurposed those reels and I put them on Instagram and we got some great reactions. But here, Brian's example is really great. Let's see, let me turn him on here.
Something sit, no showings, and it go with multiple offers over asking. No rhyme or reason.
And how do they get a hold of you?
626-340-8050.
Thanks, Brian.
Of course.
Hey, Brian, how's the market?
Interesting. It's probably the best way to put it. Some things sit with no showings, other things go with multiple offers over asking.
So what I love about this video
No rhyme.
is several things. One, that it was very short to execute. Two, Brian gets to feature his expertise and he summarized it really quickly because he talks about it every single day. So he knows what the stats are. And then because he knows what the stats are, he knows what to say to somebody in 10 seconds. Also, again, at the end, I asked him, how do we get a hold of you? The reason why I do that is because now his information is out there. Nobody has to click on oh wait, what's his bio? What is he doing? Where is he going? So I always suggest put a way for somebody to contact you in every single post. Just make it a template in your notes and copy and paste it straight into each one of your posts. You can do it at the end or you can do it verbally. It's really great. It also adds another way for clients to forward this one particular post to somebody else or tag somebody else in that post. And then that person will have Brian's information and see that he's really resourceful. And then as far as inviting as a collaborator, as you can see right here, I invited him as a collaborator and he accepted. And so now it says Keller Williams Pasadena and the Brian Parsons team. That person will only have to click through the Brian Parsons team. You can see that it's posted right here. You can see that it also, he's getting more likes. He can boost his reel. He has comments. This is just a really great little tool that you have here.
How's the market?
Interesting. It's probably the best way to put it. Some things sit with no showings, other things go with multiple.
The other thing that I really like about this video is that he did stutter, and that's okay. He needed to get it done and he needed to move on. But it also shows that he's real. These other posts here shows how professional he is. So he's not really worried about him. It just gives him a personal touch. So I love that post from Brian. The other posts here, the one from Jim and from Gabe, they all gave three really different answers. Jim focused on actual stats about what's going on in the market currently, but he also said the way you can get a hold of him is Keller Williams Pasadena Realty. And that also is another brand recognition and for us, and people will know that all they have to do is just call the office. So they don't even have to remember a separate phone number for Jim. They call the office, Noel answers the phone and then forwards the call to Jim. So the idea is that it can be really short and impactful because they're basically saying, this is my personality. I'm an expert in the field, and this is the way to get a hold of me if you have any questions. I love that so much. The one that I also like is Gabe's. Gabe's was the first one. It was an experiment. I didn't know what I was doing before I got into a rhythm. So the reason why I like this is because Gabe just didn't go on and start rattling off statistics. He just said, what would you like to do? He threw it back on me and he said, buy or sell. And this is something he teaches in his coaching classes all the time. We also do that during role playing scripts because you always just want to keep on asking questions. So again, this video is only about, I don't know, 10 seconds. And Gabe's already got me thinking, like, I don't even know what I want to do is buy or sell. So I said, I don't know. And that usually throws people off. So Gabe goes straight into, maybe we should set up time for an appointment. What I love about this is because the whole point of everything that you do as a realtor is to move your potential client all the way down the road into every single one of the steps. And it's always next steps. What are we going to do next? What's the next appointment? What's the next action? This is what you should expect next. And he does that really seamlessly. And again, it's because he's practiced so many times hearing questions and then knowing what to ask and when to ask it. He hasn't given out any information about how the market's yet. I also wanted you to see.
To talk about your real estate goals.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We're going to do that.
I have availability tomorrow at 2, or would Monday at 1 be better?
So the other great thing about how we just finished that up is that I'm not even thinking about how the market is. All I know is that I'm going to sit down with Gabe and really dig into what my goals are for buying a house. He also didn't say, what's your availability? I'm free whenever you are. He gave me two choices and he had it on his calendar was up. He said, hey, this day or this day. Because what happens is when you give two specific times, like Tuesday at 10, people have the opportunity to say yes or no, or that doesn't work for me. How about Wednesday at 5? And you say, great. If they say no, and I don't know, I'll have to check with my wife, there's other objection handlers that you can use that Gabe goes over. But the whole point is to get the appointment and then at that appointment, move them down a little bit further down the road. And again, what I love about Gabe's response is I still don't know how the market is, but it gives also Gabe time to get the questions that he needs to really answer what my real question would be. And that would be, can I afford to buy a house and where can I afford to buy a house? What are the next steps that I need to do? What are my real goals? Can I buy it tomorrow? Can I buy it in 6 months? Can I buy it in a year? Should I even be looking at houses or should I be talking to a lender? So they're all three really great examples of how to answer how is the market. And, it was really fast and it really gave us a nice bit of lift in our posts. It also showed the personality of three points of view. Yeah. So that's little things in your life. It doesn't have to take an hour. It could take 30 minutes. It could take 10 minutes. But I really emphasize on just setting a timer whenever is a quiet time in your day, even if it's not a quiet time. Sometimes I do this standing in line at the supermarket to go through, start liking all the things, don't get lost. When the timer goes off, just stop. If there's anything that you want to look at later, just click save on the post and then look at your saves later, maybe on Sunday or something. And then just really move through. There are several social media playbooks that are available in KW Command. It's under the Connect, under playbooks here. So I went to Command and then I just went to this top tab up here, Connect. And then under playbooks, you can see there's AI for real estates, database assessment playbooks, online leads, open house, social media. And they're really great little workbooks. You can, again, maybe that's what your 5 minutes a day is spent on to get started. And in closing, because I got to wrap this up, I want to respect your time. I just wanted to say that it's really important, no matter what you do, just touch it once. 1% every single day is so much better. The One Thing talks about that all the time. Keller Williams talks about it in almost every single event. Mega Agent Camp's coming up. And I'm also really excited about all the new features. Canva is going to be rolled out into Command. They're talking about the big release happening at Agent Camp, or at least what's coming soon. So stay tuned. I wrote a really quick 2-minute message, or less than that, that you can record today. So here we go. Let's see here. You can do this script, or you could talk about showing a success story, talk about a listing or an open house that you just did, answer any questions. If you don't know what the questions that people commonly ask, you can ask other agents what questions they get asked all the time and then answer those, or give it a tip. So we have several vendors. Maybe you can interview a vendor really quickly when they come to our meetings, pull them off to the side and say, hey, what's a quick tip for sellers to buy their house? Or what's a quick tip for buyers? Or what should they look for? People love that. But this video script, here you go. Helping people find the place they belong is more than a job. It's my passion. And if you're ready to buy, sell, or just ask a few questions, I'm here. Bam, done. So, and then in the post, you can put your contact information, link to your website, your app, or just say something like DM me for, any questions. I hope you learned a lot today and thank you for joining. And we'll talk to you next week. Finish strong this Friday. Have a great one.